Hey there, welcome to My Green Pets. I'm William Green, and we're in my apartment, and I have put all of the orchids that I have in bloom in a display. And why have I done this? Well, it's to advertise the fact that next weekend, April the 4th, that's Saturday, lots of people are going to be uploading orchids that they have in their collection in bloom and kind of making a show out of it. We're calling it Global Virtual Orchid Society 2020, and we'd love it if you join us. Come be part of the orchid community. I hope everyone is doing okay, staying healthy, staying sane, staying wise, and yeah, so let's look at these orchids in this display. So first of all, we've got this Phalaenopsis schilleriana. Needs no introduction, looks wonderful. First flowers have started to shrivel up a little bit, so this is about as good as it's going to get. And then next to that we have a Paphs appletonianum with two really deformed flowers. Sadly deformed. Well, it is what it is. You can see the pouches just aren't formed properly. The petals are fused into the pouch. It's just a big mess. You know, it bloomed absolutely beautifully last year, but maybe next year. It's got some new growths on it. Then next to it I've got a Paphs urbanianum, not in bloom, but in very attractive bud. And that will be blooming hopefully soon. And then what else we got? Cattleya, or Rhyncholalia cattleya, RLC Jessie Lee. Down just to 2 flowers left, but this thing has been in bloom for well over a month. Has had a total of 7 flowers, and it's just been lovely. I really love it. Really love it. And it's a real strong grower. It's got lots of new growths pushing out of it. And then finally, I'd like to introduce everybody to Paphs tonsum. It's not completely open. It's going to continue to open up in the next few days, but you can already get a glimpse of what it looks like. Stripy dorsal sepal, very nice spots on the petals, and then a big shiny pouch. Just looks like it's covered in lacquer. Super nice. What else we got? Got a few other orchids. Oh, somebody asked me about my graveolens last week. This is it. Bulbo graveolens is not loving life right now, but I brought it home from the greenhouse. I'm hoping that maybe more stable temperatures here at home means gonna mean a happier plant. We'll see. But for right now, it's neither living nor dying. It's just kind of in stasis. We've got Paphs callosum over here. We've got this fowl over here. We've got Paphs philosum with a nice new growth, 2 new growths on it. This wonderful Michael Kopowitz with new roots. Love it. And then my big Paphs prime child here on top. Doing okay. Alright, let's head over to the greenhouse and see what treasures we can find. Okay, well, welcome to the greenhouse, guys. I don't think I've got a single thing in bloom right now in my collection, but we've got some blooms coming, and in the next few months, hopefully we're going to see some really amazing stuff. First guy up, this is the plant that is currently about to bloom. This is Bulbo windlandianum, and it puts out really nice long red flowers with that typical, wobbly lip. They're very nice. Looking forward to those opening up. Another bulbophyllum. This is Lovely Elizabeth. It's absolutely enormous. Tons of growth on it. Teasing me yet again with something pushing out. I don't know. It's not really the season for them to bloom, so who knows. Now these lovely spikes belong to none other than Hal, the bulbophyllum echinolabium. I've had Hal since the fall of 2014. And I won him on an eBay auction up, actually. He ended up being like $30. And man, I have really enjoyed having this plant. Once it started blooming, it took 3 years before it started blooming, but now you can see it's working on its 3rd spike. When it starts blooming again, it's going to be a real spectacular show. The catasetums are up and growing. This is Cycnodes Wine Delight. Had them at work for a while because I don't water them at work, so it was a good place for them to be. That is a unnamed Fred Clarkara that I've got high hopes for. And then Mormodia Jumbo World, which I've had for a pretty long time. I think February 2015 is when I got that. It's covered with a bag right now because I don't want to get any water on it just yet. Another orchid coming out of dormancy. This is the cattail orchid, Diania ophrydis. And I'm looking to have 4 or 5 growths come up and bloom out of this pot this year. Should be a really nice little display. Okay, let's have a look at the Cattleya rexes. Almost all of them have brand new growths. Several of them are putting out multiple growths, and or they're completing a growth that they started a few months ago, but they're really all in gear. And what's exciting is that these are the growths that, if the plants are going to bloom in the summertime, these are the growths that will be blooming. It will take them until July, early August, to complete the growth, push out the flower buds, and bloom. But the whole process is really enjoyable for me to watch. One, because every time you see a new bud pop out, you're thinking, ooh, is that one going to bloom? Only time will tell. This is a different Cattleya. This is a Jose Marti, and I am experimenting potting this thing in granite. And as you can see, the new roots that have pushed out have taken to the granite really well. Haven't seen any indication that they don't like it, and even see some new roots growing out, so that's great. Now on to some of my spotty orchids. This is a Bulbophyllum labii. It's putting out 2 nice new growths. Hopefully it'll bloom this summer. The reason I say spotty is because something about this winter these plants did not like. They got brown spots on their leaves. This is Stanhopeia oculata that was standing up a new growth. Can't wait till that blooms, although it might be a couple years away. And this little guy will be blooming in July, probably June or July. This is a formerly Neophanetia, now Vanda falcata. I got this as a little seedling in 2015 from Windy Hill Orchids. And man, this thing has really exploded since it's been here in the greenhouse. Really loves the conditions. Now this is a, what is it, Rhyncholalia aristocrat, and I got this a few weeks ago. And this Tillandsia, look how beautiful this is. It just appeared in my grow space last week. I don't know if someone gave it to me or dropped it. I don't know, but it's really nice, and that's where it's going to stay until somebody decides they want it back, I guess. And guys, that's it for my collection. I hope you enjoyed. Now let's walk around the greenhouse, and I'm going to show you some of the things that are currently in bloom that I think are particularly pretty. Let's have a look. We're going to start out with this unique mix of colors. This is Rene Marquez Flamethrower. And next to that, we've got a really nice specimen of a Psychopsis Mendenhall. Recently, I've been seeing people with peloric versions of these, which are amazing. And then here, I love the contrast of this Cattleya in yellow, and then this Vanda type in that bright purple. I believe the purple is Vanda Pacharda Light. Here's a lovely little Phalaenopsis, soft green. This is a Paph Lowii crossed with Hainaldianum. And this is a beautiful Oncidium. I'm not sure. This one, I think it's Liliocattleya Love Passion, yes. And it's got the most amazing colored flowers, a lovely soft fragrance, and just beautiful form as well, and lots of flowers too. This little guy I wasn't able to get the name of, but I know they sell them at Fantasy Orchids if you want one. This is a Ludesia discolor, perhaps, a jewel orchid in full bloom, or not full bloom, but lots of blooms anyway. And this is some kind of little epidendrum, I think. Nice little bunch of flowers there. There's a ton of Phragmipediums in the greenhouse. We've got some real frag aficionados in there. This is a lovely little one, tons of flowers on one spike. Another one, just a Kovakia hybrid, absolutely beautiful color. You know, frags, I don't know, they're pretty cool. This is a Tolumnia. Wow, look at the bright colors on this. These are super pretty. Another epidendrum, like a hairy fringed little lip, wonderful red color. And this, the famous Cattleya or SLC Jewel Box Dark Waters. Love this one. And a Philippinense. Paph Philippinense looking very nice. Well, guys, that's going to be about it. Thanks for joining me. Guys, next week is the Orchid Show. I'm super excited. Please remember to upload your videos next Saturday with the name of the orchid and GVOS 2020. And I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Take care, guys.